Town, the last time you were here was at the Arena with the Scissor Sisters, but you were just saying that you think this is the first time you've ever played in Nottingham.
Yeah, aside from that show before Christmas, this is the first time we've done kind of our own show, so it's exciting. We've not been back to England for a very long time. The last time we were here was February. Since then we've been, everywhere around the world, so it's nice to be back. It's interesting to be back because we spend so much time away that being in England feels very foreign, which is quite weird.
Well, I was counting up earlier, I got to 41 countries, I think, that you've been to in recent months.
Yeah.
I mean, that's the very definition of jet lag in my book. But you look very sprightly on it all, I have to say.
I think it's actually more like 60 we worked out.
Is it?
Because we've just done an Asian tour, so that kind of bumps it up by about 20 countries. So we're well travelled. But for years we didn't travel anywhere, so it's kind of justice that we get to get out of Manchester for a bit.
Yeah. So which of the countries particularly hurts them? Which are the ones that are your hotspots around the world?
Basically, if you look at Germany and then cordon Europe off at the west border of Germany and then go east all the way to Russia, every country in between is unbelievable for us. Like places like Estonia, we were just in Serbia, Macedonia, Finland. Yeah, everywhere like that it seems to be. Like we did Belgrade Arena last week, which was mind-blowing. But there seems to be an affinity there, which we feel very at home in those countries, which is nice because as soon as we got there, before we knew the reaction, we felt at home, and then they receive us really well, so yeah.
And how have you come to be so big out there? Is it purely organic through the internet, or have you just got a record company that are working very hard for you in those territories?
It's a combination of both them things, really. I think with things like Facebook, our fans have been able to connect with each other, and I guess there's a giant Hertz family of fans, and they're all very devoted. I think Facebook's really helped that, but also our label, obviously we've got a great label and great people around the world working for us. We're still amazed that this has happened to us, really, that we've become such an international act, really, because the music was born in Manchester, really, and we never thought we'd get out of the north of England.
Yeah. But you can see that it will travel well. Surely you can see that your music with the killer melodies that you've got, and it's just all embracing, isn't it? So you can see why it's becoming an international phenomenon.
Well, we wanted it to. It's so bizarre how it worked out because all we talked about was imagine going to Serbia and playing. And Depeche Mode are one of our favourite bands, and they had this career which took them to some of the kind of most obscure places on the planet, and that's all we wanted to do. And it's amazing that it worked out like that. I guess because we put that into the music. And because we make pop music, so it seems to be, like Adam was saying, what's interesting is when you go to Eastern Europe, people have taken it on board without us having to ram it down their throats. Like we didn't even realise we did a gig in Poland, first ever gig in Poland. The album had already gone platinum, and we'd never done any show there, never done any press. And we got out there, and the day we got out, a lot of these countries are just
there's a very appreciate pop music in Europe. The peripheral elements of Mick and really melody and your songs in general, and I think that's why I was successful in a lot of places, because hopefully we got good pop songs.
And do you get fans hanging around outside the dressing rooms when you go over to those countries? I'm guessing you've done Japan.
Yeah. Do you know, it gets, the further east you go, the more extreme it gets, which is it's amazing. But it's funny coming back here where this is almost like a place where we've got a little bit of peace and quiet
apart from the samba band.
Apart from the samba band, but when you go to Russia, it's the thing of like fake hotel rooms and all this thing where it gets very extreme. And the places, when you go to places where people never go, it becomes even more extreme. Like when we went to Serbia just then, and Macedonia, and we went to Israel, and all these places where bands don't very, very rarely go, so the people get more and more. They never want you to leave, which is quite extreme sometimes.